Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Jaw Jackin, the 30-minute segment where we answer your questions about cybersecurity, share resources, and generally high-five each other digitally. I'm Jerry Guy, your host for the next 30 minutes, coming hot off the heels from Daily Cyber Threat Brief. Dr. Jaw Jackin, that nerd. Seriously, though, I hope everyone had a great stream, great show. It's good to see all of you in chat. Anna Lynn, good to see you. I hadn't seen your name in a minute. I hope everything's well. I always love Jeremy Williams. I always love seeing people who are, really active in the community at one point. And then, life happens, things come up, and then getting to see you again in live stream. It's always nice. Thanks, Cyber Kiwi. We try to have fun with it. Never try to take yourself too seriously. Always trying to. This is my job. I don't want to be like, I never want to come out here into the Buffer Ozerflow studio and be like, oh my God, I got to do a stream. Right? So have fun. Thanks, Triple D. I appreciate that. Billy Orella with an update. I heard back from the interview onboarding process shall take 2 to 3 weeks with the city. Thanks for the cyber threat news. Way to go, Billy. Straight crushing it. Did we get someone to pick up the baton? Speaking of Billy. Logan Fuller, Gerald Ozier, what's the number one piece of advice you would give me for my interview for an IT auditor role today? Oh, boy. Well, first of all, congratulations on the interview. I'll give you 2 pieces of advice, Logan. One, I guess I would just say this somehow in the interview. If you've taken my GRC course, you know this, but one of the biggest mistakes that people make when they're doing IT audit is literally just reading the question, not preparing for the audit. If the question is how are you doing access? If it boils down to tell me how you're doing your access workflows, onboarding, changing roles, terminations, right? But when you're looking at an IT audit reg that's been written, it's very 2 things. One, it's wicked specific. And then 2, there's a lot of other nonsense stuff in there. And if you read it verbatim, you are going to look like an absolute donkey because the person you're interviewing for the audit is going to be like, what are you talking about? I don't understand your question because that wasn't normal English. That was whatever that was. And if you, can't distill it into normal English, that's a problem. And then 2, if you didn't prepare and you're just reading it and you don't know what it says, you have lost everything in that interview, the audit itself. So what I would recommend is kind of fold it in. One of the important things of a successful audit is to make the interviewed person feel like you're not judging them on whether or not they're doing their job. And then 2, to be able to clearly communicate what you are actually asking them about. That's what I would say, Logan. And then obviously, maybe do a quick run through of it is audit. You are going to run into some situations where audit is something in place. Do you have here's a perfect example. Do you have multi-factor authentication in place? Well, yes and no, right? We have it for all of our Office 365 accounts, but we don't have it on our Cisco networking gear. So it's not a yes or no Boolean answer, but an auditor typically wants a very definitive answer. So you have to be practical with what you're asking, right? And final thing, since whatever, one of the dumbest things I've ever seen in my entire career, ever, I just want to share this. It's unbelievably dumb.
You are so dumb.
Okay. In NIST 853, all the control families, I know this is a super specific example, but all the control families start with -1. And the -1 control for every control family is, do you have policy? Do you have procedure relative to this control family? And everything after that is do you have backups? And are you following the process for doing backups? And are the backups being backed up in alignment with policy or whatever? One of the dumbest things I've ever seen in my life is an auditor say, okay, we're doing access control now. Do you have an access control policy? And do you have procedures to implement that policy? And the person said, no, we don't have policy. Like they're just an immature organization. And the auditor was like, well, I guess we're done here since you fail all the other controls because you don't have policy and procedure. None of the other controls matter. And basically X'd the entire audit. Wicked waste of everyone's time and a complete bonehead observation by the auditor. So, obviously don't make that mistake. I don't think you would, but all right. Curious Circuits with the super chat. Thanks, Curious Circuits.
We just become best friends. Yep.
I would like to communicate more with the community, but at the time the show is going on, I'm at work and I'm not allowed to use my phone. Thanks for the super chat, Curious Circuit. I hear you. Curious Circuit, get on Discord, engage in Discord, right? Discord's like always going on and always super, super fun, super cool. I want to give a shout out. I said hi to James McQuiggan earlier. I think he gave 10 gifted subs.
We just become best friends. Yep.
If I didn't recognize the gifted subs, James, I'm sorry. James McQuiggan at 35,000 feet. And if there's 10 new squad members, welcome to the party and giddy up on that. Giddy up on the squad emote tray. Get our Oprahs on. Hold on, let me check my calendar. I should have checked my calendar. Make sure I don't have a meeting. Jerry Brandon Sink. Oh my God. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Brandon. I got it. I'm sorry. I'm supposed to be in a meeting. Hold on one second. Can we push to 9:30? All right. We're going to see. I might have to end this quick. Or, I don't know. I know BSEC had the suns out, guns out earlier when I saw him. So he may not be on camera ready, but I might have to bail. Guys, really quick, we need someone to take on the baton. Who wants to take the Simply Cyber Community Challenge baton on? I'm telling you, ask Billy in chat. Ask anyone who's done it. It's really good. Logan Fuller says, thanks so much. Solid advice. Going to review the auditor and risk management sections of the GRC analyst course before I hand it. Yeah, that would be a really great move too, for sure. No doubt. And one of the things that people should know is like audit, like risk assessment is like audit plus, right? Because like when you do an audit or when you do a risk assessment, you're kind of looking at all the same things. If you're doing a comprehensive enterprise one, the risk assessment is taking it one step further and looking at like the gaps that the audit discovered, like how bad are those gaps? That's what the risk assessment's out. Space Tacos. Space Tacos wants the baton. All right. Yeah, Space Tacos, haven't you had it? Glum Hippo has a question. Am I allowed to feel the prompt engineer as a job title is dystopian AF? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel like prompt engineer is such like a trend right now. It's like, I don't know, like guru? Is that a trend? Like, you can put it in there, but to me, it's like, I don't know, like prompt engineering, that's like a skill, not a role. You know what I mean? Claudia Manta with the super chat. Thanks, Claudia.
We just become best friends. Yep.
Appreciate it. Really nice to see you. Dawn L will take the baton. Dawn, I don't think Dawn L has taken the baton before. Dawn, can you confirm if you've had the baton before or not? Yeah, hey, and really quick, Cyber Kiwi, you can... Dawn, like, hold on, is Dawn L... I think Dawn L hasn't had the baton. And if you can't be here for live, that's okay. You're here now for the live. You could take the baton and then... Does prompt engineering pay well? Are there actual prompt engineer jobs right now? Can you imagine someone putting like senior prompt engineer, 18 years of experience? All right, so keeping it going. I don't like dead air. Like to keep it going up in here. I do want to get someone to take the baton. I know Dawn L had asked. So, yeah, well, when AI starts generating itself, we're screwed. That's a problem. All right. Cyber Kiwi. Let's go. Don L. I don't know what happened to Don L. I feel like we've got it here. Cyber Kiwi, get on deck. If I don't hear from Don L in like the next 30 seconds, Cyber Kiwi, if you would be available, we'd love to take it. Yeah, Phil Stafford with the Captain Phillips thing. View Tran said, okay, so View called it out. I don't see View Tran on the unfortunately, I don't see View Tran in chat right now. Looks like maybe View Tran dipped out. So all right. Thank you, BSEC. Jenny Housley, I'll defer to you. Be good, Alana Boyajian. All right, so Don L's here. Don L, take the baton. I'm sorry, Jenny, I just said that. All right, so Don L, please accept the baton pass. Okay, future. Should we do 2 batons today? It is Easter weekend. So ViewTran had it first, right? All right, so let's do this. ViewTran asked for the baton first during the Daily Cyber Threat Brief. We will go with ViewTran. View, you have the baton. Please share your story. And Don L, please come back on Monday, and we'll try to hand the baton off to you. All right, Rex Cognito says, can you elaborate on the capabilities of Delete Me?
Yep.
Let me look at my... Okay, I pushed my meeting to 9:30 and also got a request to permanently change this meeting so this doesn't happen every time. Delete Me, a lot of people have been using it. I'll be telling you way more about them the last 2 weeks of April as they're going to become a sponsor. But Delete Me, basically, you can put your information into Delete Me and it'll go scour the internet and help find where all your data is and then help you with the request for removal. It's pretty powerful, pretty cool. Okay. Jenny or Kimberly, can you help Donnell on what the ask is for the baton, holding the baton? Howard passed his first interview for junior SOC analyst. Bunch of technical questions. I knew them all thanks to Simply Cyber. Heck yeah, Howard. Straight crushing it, homie. Love it, love it, love it. Love it. All right, so go view Tran. That's perfect. My Easter plans, nothing really crazy going on, y'all. It's spring break here for the kiddos. So Mrs. Ozier and the kids are actually traveling to go visit grandparents while I hold down the fort with the puppies and all that. Want to remind everybody, if you do live or have access to Charleston, South Carolina, the Low Country chapter of the Simply Cyber Community local meetup is going to be having a meetup on April 3rd from 6 to 8 p.m. at Frothy Beard Brewing. So come on out if you're in the Low Country area. I know Casually Joseph, Eric Taylor might make an appearance. Rhonda, if she's around, maybe getting in there. Whoever. I know some people who are adjacent to the Simply Cyber community are coming. All right, so Gary Sturgiadis is asking, do you know what Katie's concerns regarding the state of current CVEs was? No, Gary, I'm sorry. I actually don't recall exactly what Katie had said about the CVEs. I do remember talking about the CVEs, but I don't remember definitively what her take was. So sorry, that's pretty weak. That's a pretty weak response. I actually hate having crappy answers to questions, Gary. So I'm sorry. I apologize. Rhonda's going to be there. All right, Rhonda. Actually, one of the owners of the brewery himself works in the space, so he'll be there too. Oh, hey, want everybody to know, this is wicked important. If you're still here, 254 of you, you guys are in luck. Monday's episode is April 1st, which is April Fool's Day. And we do it. It's the only day of the year I do it. We will be doing some fun stuff on stream, including replacing chat YouTube chat with Discord chat, okay? So if you want to be on stream like this on Monday, you'll have to be on Discord. And it's a riot. It's a laugh riot. It's hilarious. The GIFs coming through. I can't like lose it. It's going to be good. I can't access mod chat the same time as the where the GIFs are and stuff. So mods can't help me. I'm a hot mess. So it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. All right. Let's go. I wish there was a meetup near me, Steph Cluis. Well, hey, if you didn't know, everyone definitely take advantage of the Simply Cyber local meetups channel. I'm going to bring it on stream. Who knows what screen you're going to get here? Oh, you got the right one. The locals meetup channel. Kimberly Can Fix It, our very own mod. By the way, can we throw out some mod love? Mod love. The mod's always doing great work here. Kimberly Can Fix It has actually alphabetized the local meetups. So if there is somebody who's stepped forward and been an ambassador and wants to run it for their community, this is where it is. We got BSEC running Houston, Kimberly at Florida, Josh Mason doing the DC metro area, Marcus Kyler of the Yeet Crew up in Detroit, Jesse Johnson, Chi-Town, Beatontown, Austin, Hotlanta. They're all here. Come check them out. It's kind of gotten a little bit crazy. One channel that just emerged today or yesterday, John Hoyt, ambassador for the upstate of South Carolina. So South Carolina repping two different channels up in here. So if you're in the Greenville, Spartanburg, Columbia area and you want to high five like a boss, definitely check out that channel. It's all about good times and community. Going back to this one. Taylor M looking to get some Hotlanta up in the north space, Alpharetta area. Giddy up on that. All right, let me go back to mod chat. Keep looking, keep hustling. I'm up here hustling. Love it. What's going on, y'all? Questions? We got any questions? Oh, DJ BSEC did the alphabetizing? I'm sorry. I thought Kimberly Could Fix It because doing the alphabetizing. Oh my God. Kimberly Can Fix It on the couch right now eating grapes. It's just like, I guess I'll take a W for that. DJ BSEC has done the alphabetization. I am sorry for getting that wrong. I read mod chat incorrect. I'm a donkey. A flaming donkey. See you later, Keith Sloan. Jason Summers with a question. Having a few years of programming and web dev freelance experience on top of my cyber knowledge, would it be possible to jump right into a security engineering role over an analyst? All right, so what I'll point out, Jason, really quick is there's a nuance to your question that I want to qualify. So in the world of information security, right, there's two kind of like categories of roles. There's analyst and there's engineer. And typically the analyst is like reporting and booking and stuff like that. And like the engineer is like configuring things, toggling things, responding to things, right? So you can be a SOC analyst and you're like intake. It can be a technical role. Analysts can be technical. So you could be taking in alerts and responding to them and executing processes and playbooks. The engineer is the one who's like putting Security Onion in place and configuring detection rules and stuff like that. So both of those roles can be entry level. So your question about jumping past analyst to be an engineer is not 100% accurate because both of them can be entry level roles if you're picking up what I'm putting down. For those reasons and your background and experience, in the fact that there are entry-level engineering roles, you can absolutely get into that space. And it will be more technical, okay? So giddy up on that. When's the next AMA? The next AMA will be next Friday. So we've got a banger of a week for you guys next week. We really do have to get better. I have to get better. Simplycyber.io. Oh my God. Hold on one second. on simplycyber.io, I do have to be more vigilant about this, but if you go to simplycyber.io and you scroll to the bottom, there's actually a calendar of events. And I want to get better at this. Like right now, like I'm not doing this cyber range platform streaming anymore. The daily cyber threat briefs on Tuesday isn't there. So like this needs to be fixed a little bit, but you should be able to go here and see when the AMAs are and see when stuff is happening. So I'll just tell you, next week on Monday, it's April Fool's Day. We're going to be doing the fun stream. On Thursday, Jason Haddix is going to be my guest, and he's crushing it. And on Friday, we've got a lot of activities. On Friday, we got the Daily Cyber Threat Brief. I am doing the quarterly all-hands town hall meeting for the Simply Cyber community. And if you don't know what that is, once a quarter, I report to the community on what has been done, what I'm going to be doing, and how I engage with the community. And if you have any feedback or criticism or whatever, that's the opportunity to air the grievances. And then we're going to be doing the AMA at 1 p.m. on Discord. Also want to let everybody know, we made a decision as a mod team that we will not be recording the Discord AMA and putting it on public stream. The reason is we want people to feel confident that if they share something personal or share something about their business, that isn't getting broadcast to the wider internet. It is only for the Discord community in order to provide a little bit more of a, what do they call that? Chatham House rules kind of thing. Okay, so hopefully that answers all your questions. In fact, if you go on Discord, hold on. If you go on Discord and look right here at the top of Discord, it'll say one event. And like I've scheduled it. So now you can see the AMAs, April 5th, May 3rd, June 7th. All right. So there's always, I guess you always have to come back and stay in tune with Simply Cyber, simply because I'm terrible about telling you all the things. Like we're doing so much over here that like I just forget or get overwhelmed. All right. What time is it? Does merely using databases and systems count as years for CISSP qualifying year? Need 2 more years of experience, but curious if this has been successful for anyone else. Let's do this really quickly. You can be very liberal with this. Let me see really quickly. CISSP years of experience. Let's do an audit, right? This is how to do it. Boom, work experience in the domains. Databases, let's see. Architecture and engineering, software development. All right, here's what I would say. If you've been doing databases and systems, right, system administration, if you were doing anything with user access to those databases, doing any type of tokenization in the database in order to secure the data from an unauthorized access. With your systems, if you were doing backups, yes, all of that qualifies for years of experience. Giddy up, get on it. Follow-up question from Juan Rodriguez. What is the difference between network analyst and technical analyst? I mean, technical analyst is a pretty generic term. Network analyst, at least you could think that it has to do with like, I think network engineer more than network analyst. To me, those are both kind of generic, interchangeable terms that might really depend on like what industry it is. Technical analyst might be more consulting, so it's more useful. Network analyst might be in-house on a networking team, and it's like a junior person who's not allowed to make configuration changes, but does audit and stuff like that on the network. BSEC, if you have a thought, Juan Rodriguez in chat's asking the difference between network analyst and technical analyst. If you've seen that, BSEC's a network engineer. ZMF says, tell me the crap show that is bingo will be happening again. Oh, thank you, ZMF. Bingo will be happening next Friday as well. Jesus, see what I mean? I forget things. The first Friday of the month, we will do bingo and AMAs. So bingo and Discord AMA will always be together. Okay, thank you, ZMF, for reminding me. All right. How we doing? Let's go. All right, Josh Mason saying network analysis or network analysts are focused on network traffic for IR and threat hunting. Love it. Logan Fuller, hope you have a great weekend. Everyone enjoy. I have to go. Be good, Logan Fuller. Cyber Kiwi, IAM roles generally if the company's using a third-party IDP that wants to add custom scripts. Okay. Jessica Probst, a.k.a. Cyber Killjane, a.k.a. High Five, Jessica. Anyone have experience building internship training? I'm struggling to consolidate info so they get as much value as possible from the short rotation with our team. Yeah, Jessica, I've actually built an internship program at MUSC that ran for a few years and was pretty successful. I might be able to get I still know people that work there. Hashtag insider threat. I might be able to get the documentation and stuff, but basically, at a high level, set goals for them, set expectations for them, talk to the different business units, or, not business units, but the different capabilities on the team on how they would want to engage infosec interns, right? If you can, try to document, like one of the big challenges with internships is that you're taking someone away from a job in order to talk to the intern and educate them. So if you can asynchronously educate them with documentation and potentially video, like a Loom video or something on like, hey, you're going to be responding to third-party security assessments. Here is our SSP, or here is our SharePoint with our policies and procedures. Go through these policies and procedures. These policies and procedures explain X, Y, and Z. Here, do that for a few days, get familiar with it. And then next time I respond to a third-party questionnaire, I'm going to do it with you, or you actually video record you going through a questionnaire and have them review that, and then they can do the next one and then bring questions, right? Like try Cyber Killjane or Jessica, try to separate the need to educate them from taking people off the keyboard as much as you can. You still need them to be engaged. Obviously, bring them to the meetings and then set up time for them to ask questions, time for them to explore, time for them to learn. That's what I would say. Nerman with the super chat. Dr. Oja, the summer I'm planning to go back to school to do my master's in cyber. Very nice. I love that, Nerman. Also super chat, Nerman.
We just become best friends. Yep.
Do you have any suggestions? For instance, which areas should I focus on? All right. So Nerman, for me personally, if you're going to focus on an area, you should focus on something that's specifically interesting to you. So a lot of master's programs, you'll have to take say 7 classes. Usually they're 10 classes, right? You'll have to take 7 classes that everybody takes in the master's, and then 3 classes that are focused on your area of interest. So I can't really tell you where to focus because maybe you're into databases, or maybe you're into web applications, or maybe you're into cryptography, right? If you're doing it for promotion and job and stuff, I'd either recommend looking at cloud, looking at management, or looking at what else is kind of hot right now. GRC, get some of that. Always hot. One of the best things, you don't need higher education to work in the industry, but in my experience, my favorite part, and I have a master's in computer science and I have a master's in information assurance, just to give perspective on what my experience has been in my perspective. The thing I loved about my master's degrees is that you get kind of an exposure and challenge across multiple dimensions that you normally wouldn't get access to, right? So I came up the GRC track. I've done a lot of blue team stuff because, all hands on deck. You work at a smaller organization. You can't be I'm GRC. I'm not going to respond to this compromise, right? But when I did a master's degree, I did a whole course on privacy. I did a whole course on digital forensics, right? And getting my hands dirty with FTK and doing chain of custody. Nowhere in my professional career have I ever had the opportunity to go deep down in the weeds with digital forensics. So, and it was fun, right? Malware analysis. I don't get to do malware analysis. In my day-to-day job, I take malware and I throw it in any run and I see how bad it is. And then I respond and clean up and move on, right? I don't get to dissect malware. As cool as that is, it's just, there's too much going on. So for me, a master's degree gives you way more exposure at a deeper level across industry. So then you can bring those experiences and knowledges to other places. So yes, you can work in the field without a degree. But like, say you come in as a SOC analyst, you know, maybe everything you see is like from that SOC analyst purview. All right. I know that was more than what the question asked, but it is what it is. 9:26. I got a couple minutes. 9:27. Can you briefly explain how bingo works? Oscar Navas. Yeah. So we're going to have to beta test this. I probably need someone. I need someone. I know Chris Whitlock and Chris Young already have done quite a bit with getting the bingo set up. I'm going to need someone to help me execute on the bingo. I tried to do it last week or a couple weeks ago. I cannot produce the show and be on air talent and manage the bingo. It's just not going to work. We will give you a link, Oscar, and everybody in chat. You will receive a link and you'll be able to generate a unique bingo card for yourself for that day. As I go through the show, I might say things like, I don't know, you know, maybe I might say like, oh, this is a speculative hot take, or ransomware, or, you know, whatever, Deb Wigley's name. Or I might play a sound effect like that, or like that. And when those things happen, you tap, you mark it on the bingo card. And if you get, you know, 5 across, 5 down, 5 diagonal, you get, all right. So DJ BSEC's volunteered for bingo. Thank you, BSEC. If you get a bingo, you win. We haven't figured out prizes and stuff. We're still trying to figure it all out, but it is good times. It's fun. And that's what's up. So, shoot. Maybe I'll even make a little video and play it. Like, I'll make like a 30-second video, and on first Fridays right before bingo, I will play the video to explain exactly how it works with screen caps and everything, okay? I think that's maybe warranted. Multiple people asking. All right, it's 9:29. I got to get going. Shout out to Brandon Poole at Panoptcy for allowing me to be late 30 minutes to our meeting. If he's in chat right now, thank you, thank you. All right, guys, I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. Have a wonderful Friday. Have a wonderful weekend. Happy Easter if you celebrate. And come back for April 1st because it's going to be an off-the-chain episode. Believe me. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. Your chat. Until next time, stay secure. Thank you. And thanks, mods. I genuinely appreciate the mods. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the Jaw Jackin. Be sure to check out the Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Briefing happening every single weekday morning from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., where you can get the top cybersecurity news stories of the day, network with other professionals, and then stay for the Jaw Jackin just like you saw. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. See you in the next one.